Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be doing round 1 match reviews. Alright guys, now this is not a permanent thing. I did it for the Amy Community Series. I'm doing it for round 1 and round 1 only. Match reviews, round reviews, we'll be covering this in the future. Now, this is just going to be a very short video going over 3 teams in each video, as 9 goes into 3 perfectly. So we're going to be going over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night games in this one. And then we're going to be going over all Saturday games and then all Sunday games in the next 2. Now, match reviews, this is not a permanent thing. Round reviews will be the avenue to this in the future. This is a one-off, okay? Now, in today's video, we're going to be reviewing Melbourne vs Western Bulldogs first, Carlton Richmond second, and then St Kilda Collingwood last. That's how it's going to be going, as that was the order of the games. So anyway, let's just go ahead and hop right into things. Now, this may be a permanent thing. If you guys want to see 3 for each game, I can do this. If you want this, plus round reviews, I can do this. But if you don't, you don't. So you just let me know in the comment section, do you want 3 per match review or not? You guys let me know. You decide. And we'll go from there. But anyway, let's hop into this match reviews. So yeah. Now I'm going to aim to go 3 minutes per one. So we've got very short amount of time to cover each game. Now, the first game was Melbourne vs Western Bulldogs. Melbourne took this one out by 26 points. As the Doggies looked to near very close in that final term, but the D's just too strong and they took it out. So they got off to a flyer in the first term. And then the Doggies, look at that right there, that big staircase down, really bringing the game back into their terms in that second term. Having the lead. In the third term, it was a bit up and down, although Melbourne getting out to just under a 20-point lead. And then the final break, the D's just too strong in the end, walking out. Pretty convincing winners as well. And then having a look at some big stats, it was all dominated by the Dogs, though. 39 touches for McRae. He is a gun player. 4 goals for Norton, 154 fantasy for Smith, and 11 tackles for Bailey Smith. So he was amazing. But yeah, that point right there was a big moment in the game. The D's just proved that was where the game was on the line. It was anyone's game. And who stood up and took more responsibility? Who wanted to win that game more? Yes, it was the Melbourne Footy Club. Now, just going to go through, have a quick look at team stats. We're not really going to be able to have a lot, but yeah, again, this was where the game was not really won or by any means. The Doggies were so much more stronger in clearances, but probably not making the most of those clearances, and they got way more free kicks as well. So Melbourne, this was a really one that they won. And Petrarca 38 touches, 33 for Smith, 32 for Oliver. This was a very hot footy game. This was where a lot of players got their chance to shine. Petrarca again good with the fantasy as well. 3 goals for Brown, Fritsch 2 goals. And Petrarca, he's just an absolute star as well. But yeah, it was an interesting game. But yeah, in the end, the D's just way too strong for the Doggies, and they start their season off on a good note. I do think they will be strong this year. And they just proved to be way too strong. And the Doggies actually very accurate, 11-5. So it wasn't really scoring that won them the game either, though. Efficiency inside 50, 35% for the Dogs. They were going in. Was it maybe like they just mustn't have been kicking it in too far? Now, this game was still a fair way away. I'm recording this on Saturday night from when this game happened. So it was a long time ago, if you ask me. But yeah, this was an interesting contest. D's just too strong, taking it out by 26 points. Now, I'll show you the ladder I'll show you the ladder at the end. I won't actually show the ladder, because that spoils the next match reviews. But anyway, this was a big one. Carlton Richmond, traditional Thursday nighter at the MCG. This one kind of divided people 50-50, being completely honest. But, yeah, this one was, the Blues were just too strong. Now, there was a big point in this game, which I'll show you right here. Right at this point, right here, where it's on the 20-point mark, early on in that 4th term. That was the first nail in the Blues' coffin. as you would probably speak. It looked like they were going to go to bed there, the Blues, and they were probably almost going to give up 20 points. And it is only 4 kicks, but like, I'll tell you, it's a hard margin. And they come back and they kick like 50 or so points to win the match. And not just win the match, do it convincingly by 25 points as well. That is fantastic. So the Blues doing well. Now, early on in this first term, it was dominated by the Tigers. Second term, or even. I'm going to say, split it down the middle. I'm going to say it's even. Third term, back in the Tigers. Fourth term, Blues. Quite like the, an end. Quite like first, third for the Tigers. Second, fourth for the Blues. Yeah. Now, this one, Kennedy, 33 touches. Kennedy, 122 fantasy, and Ferrer 6 tackles. Some important players for the Blues there, actually doing a really good job. Now, Bolton and Cripps kicking 3 goals. And really, it was very important, these couple of goals, like, in this area here for the Blues. When the game's on the line, you've got to do something about it. And that one right before three-quarter time, how handy is that to bring the game back into your terms? Now, we're going to have a look at the players. Yeah, look at that. Fantasy, the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dominated by the Blues. This, if you were to look at it on paper, it almost looks like it's a demolition by the Blues. Durden getting in the action with 2 of his goals. Disposals-wise, we've got Kennedy, 33. Then 34, Cripps and Chera. That midfield is linking up, and I'll tell you, that midfield, when Walsh comes back, geez, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, a force to be beaten. And I think some of the wins that I had Carlton, I think some of the games I had Carlton losing, I'd probably change them to winning now. They look like a top 8 team beating another top 8 contender. This game was big, and it was almost regarded to, you don't win this and you could potentially not make the finals. This game was big, and Carlton just showed they were the better team on the night, and they got the job done. And I think it's like, yeah, it's just been their midfield. And again, let's see, was it 1 out of the midfield for the Blues? Let's see where it was. Tigers dominated in clearances. Again, mustn't have been going well inside forward 50. And Blues were inaccurate as well, so they could have won this game by more than what they ended up doing. Alright, well, we're going to be moving on to the next game, however. Next game is the St Kilda versus Collingwood game at Marvel Stadium on the Friday night. So I will tell you what a big game this was. I rode the Pies off. I said, no, they're not going to win this game. I thought the Saints had this one. This was a big game for the Saints. Lose it and you potentially may not make finals. Now, we do know how good Collingwood are in round 1, coming close to the Bulldogs last year. And they showed that they are a team to beat in round 1. No matter their opponent, they can get the job done, the Collingwood Footy Club. Now, this was an interesting contest. It was close, but the Pies ended up getting the job done by 17 points, 85 to 102. Now, St Kilda, they were always there. They hung in there. They just never really did anything there, especially look at that second term. Not really a lot going on in that second term. Just a couple more goals for the Saints, and they could have really brought that one back under a kick and really been a chance. It was like the St Kilda Essendon game where Essendon were there but just did not do anything. Now, Nick Dacos was definitely good for the Pies. He was fantastic, and he does not look out of place. Nor does Lipinski, nor does Hayes in the Saints either. He was very good, Jack Hayes. In fact, I probably would say he was one of the best on ground in my eyes. The third quarter he had was important. He almost kind of just pulled the rope back in terms of the Saints, even though they weren't there score-wise. But, yeah, they had to be there somewhere. Craig McRae, new win under new coach for the Collingwood Footy Club. It's a good start for them. Now, I will tell you, Jack Hayes, how important he was. He was very good, I reckon, in this showing. Now, the Saints never really had a lot of the lead. They did bring it back into their terms late in that final, well, early on in that final term. But from there on, not really a lot. Sees the Pies getting home. Big, close to 30-odd point lead in this third term. That is the game right there. Big moment in the game, that one. And, yeah, it was a game where the Saints were just behind, but they never really did anything. They did come and charge back, but again, not enough, and the Pies ended up walking away. Convincing winners, if you'd like. Jack Steele, his same old self, 7 touches. Tim Mabry, 3 goals. Lipinski, 30 disposals, 117 fantasy. And also joining him on 3 goals is Brody Myercheck and Jack Hayes. Jack Hayes, I'll tell you what, that man was some sort of force. He was fantastic. And yeah, 28 for Steele. He still does get in the action. Fantasy, Jack Hayes, 111. And he was right up there. And hit-outs, he only was involved in 2, but it was that third quarter he played, which was game-changing almost. And especially if the Saints had a 1, it would have been game-changing even more. Nick Dacos is up there, 27 touches, 102 fantasy. He is really here, Nick Dacos as well. And again, very interesting as well in that kind of term as well. Hit-outs, let's see how it went. Grundy, he just dominates in the ruck, doesn't he? He does just dominate in the ruck, does Brody Grundy. He's so experienced. Now, that is all we're going to have time for today in the round reviews. Match reviews. 3 very interesting games. 2 of them probably being surprising as well. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. You guys can let me know. Yeah, you guys can let me know, do you want this to be a permanent thing on the channel? Do you guys want match reviews for 3 games? Because obviously a game is made up of 9 rounds. Do you want this to be a permanent thing, plus round reviews? You guys let me know. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, so then you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So bye everyone. Flaming Footy out.